Hello and welcome. This is Mini Goswami welcoming you all in a 1 hour online training program, and you are watching us live on PME Vidya channel number 6 to 12 and on our official YouTube channel, which is NCERT official. With that, you are watching us live on NCERT PME Vidya class 6 to 12. So the topic that we are covering this week is is social media safety and well-being, and the topic that we are today is covering is developing media literacy skills, because it's day 4 today. And to elaborate this topic, I'm having Mrs. Bindu Chaudhary with me, who is an assistant head senior teacher cyber peace corps ambassador, Shri Guru Nanak Bhavan Sansthan, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Ma'am, a very warm welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So before we start this session, here's a piece of information for all our viewers, that if you have any question during the session, if you want to ask any question from us, and any query if you have, so you can directly call us on our phone number, which is flashing on your screen, and that is 8800440559. You can mail us if you have any question, and the mail ID is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. With that, if you want to ask any question from us, and if you are watching us on YouTube, so you can directly put your questions in the live chat box on YouTube. So without any delay, ma'am, Bindu ma'am, I just want to come towards you, and the first question that I would like to ask from you is, what are the key areas to develop media literacy?
Sir, as the key areas to develop media literacies are critical thinking, as well as being an ethical digital user is the main thing. Inculcating the habit of creating and consuming positive content is also here. And when we are taking responsibility and accountability of digital users and tools to use source credibility and Google search strategies is the important areas which we will cover and develop.
Okay, ma'am, definitely it's a very important thing. But Bindu ma'am, I really want to ask you that how to distinguish between mindful and mindfulness.
Yes, sir. Please change the slide. Uh, Here you see two pictures are there, mindful or mindful. See, when these terms are often confusing, but they have distinct meaning. When we are considering mindful, in this one has ongoing scattered thoughts or has mind filled with thoughts, distractions or concerns and suggest mental clutter. But when we see the another picture, mindful, it means this refers to being aware and conscious of something implies paying attention to present moment. So this one is the differentiate, and this is the important thing we will cover here.
Yes, definitely. As you have know the distinguish between mindful and mindful, that two pictures, one picture have shown you both the things together. But now, Bindu ma'am, I would like to know from you that what is media literacy? Is media literacy is really that important?
Yes, sir. Please move on the slide. We will continue with this one. When we are considering about media literacy, it means ability to assess, to analyze, to evaluate, as well as create media. And the important is this understanding media's role in society and the messages they convey. When we are considering about the media literacy, is it important? Yes, when we are considering navigating vast amount of information as well as recognizing bias and misinformation and making informed decisions as a consumer and citizen.
Indeed, so we have learned about media literacy and why media literacy is important, that Bindu ma'am has explained us very beautifully. But now it's time to move towards the another question, ma'am, that I would like to ask you, that what is critical thinking in media literacy?
Sir, please move on the slide. When we are saying that critical thinking in media literacy, it is important because questions the source, who created the content, as well as what is the purpose of their persons, why they create this media literacy. And when we are recognizing the where, does the media favor a particular perspective and why they are favoring the particular perspective is also important. Next is the important thing, distinguish fact from opinion. Identify who is being presented as fact And what is opinion or interpretation? Cross verification information is also important about critical thinking. I'll check multiple sources to confirm the validity of information as well as evaluate emotional appeal. Yes, does the media use emotional languages or imagery to sway opinions? So this one is the main critical thinking. And when we are considering this one, many steps are also there. Stay curious about this one. Be spectacle and diversify your sources. Seek multiple viewpoints for a more rounded perspective as well as fact check is the important thing. Use fact checking tools to verify claims whether they are claiming is right or wrong.
Okay.
Yes, sir. There is a conclusion between this one. Media literacy empowers individuals to be critical thinkers and responsible consumers of information in a digital age. So it is must for ourselves to be interactive elements or for a more engaging presentation.
Uh, uh, of course, ma'am. So we have learned about critical thinking in media literacy, but now the question that I would like to ask you, and the question is, do you think media literacy is relevant?
Yes, sir, sure. Sir, please move on the slide. We will discuss about this one. Again, this another slide, sir, please. When we are pursuing this one, see technology is boosting in current and will in future also. So it will be more relevant. Media literacy is responsible to media people's lived experience as well as within digital media, mass media, and popular culture.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, when it comes to the being an ethical digital user, so what does it mean to be an ethical digital user? What do you mean by this? Would you please elaborate this to us?
Yes, sir, sure. Sir needs a favor. See this one. Being an ethical digital user, so you see most of the work in the present time done by digital platform by the maximum number of people. So being an ethical digital user and do understand it is the most important task in present time to be responsible, to be respectful, and to inform behavior when engaging online. This one is also important, sir,
Hmm.
because it protects personal privacy and that of others also, promotes a safer and more respectful online community also, sir.
Okay.
See, this one ethics are not laws. Do not confuse ethics with morality. And ethics are not religion. Consider this one is the important thing we will discuss.
Okay.
Many key principles are also there, sir. Respect privacy of yourself as well as of others. And avoid plagiarism as well as be truthful. Whatever material you are sharing is good or not. Be promote positive engagements as well as follow laws and guidelines.
Hmm. Definitely, ma'am. This is how you made us understand that key principles of ethical digital use. But now the question that I would like to ask from you, and that is that how would you say that an ethical issues are coming of information collection and classification?
The favor from your side to move on the slide.
Yes, ma'am.
See some examples are there for the cyber lapses and with continue to your question, I will give some examples in appropriate hostile communication in social and media lapses are there, identify theft and catfishings are there. Move on, sir, please. When we are considering about ethical issues, as your question is here,
Hmm.
information collection and classification in this one, censorship is important. Censorship means the active exclusion of information based on religious, based on political, morals, or other grounds. It is also selection concerns the activity of choosing information according to the objectives of, for instance, an institution. This will also exclude the bad information. It is itself an ethical paradox. As far as any exclusion limiting intellectual freedom should be avoided. When we are classifying systems, the search engines and the likes are not neutral.
Of course, ma'am. But the question that another question that I have related to this one, and the question is what that particular steps to be followed to be an ethical online user.
Yes, sir. I will see this one. Many steps are there, but when we are considering the steps, first we will inform, assess, and dissemination. And in this one, individuals and groups are interested in a free and equal access to information as well as to free communication as you and me and any other fellow are pursuing the same one. Ethical conflicts may arise regarding, for instance, the right to confidently and one to protect life. Move on the slide, please. When we are saying that the practical steps before this one, just I had considered the same to you. Many practical steps to be followed in the ethical online. Think before posting anything else. Is it kind? Is it necessary? And it is true or not? Again, we are pursuing protect your data and be mindful on online security. Report harmful content is also an important, and inappropriate behavior is not considered here. So follow this step. Also encourage positive digital citizenships by being a role model, because you are not only the single fellow which you is using this platform. So behave properly, behave in a manner for the same one.
Okay, ma'am. So these are the steps that our viewers are seeing on their screen, that what practical steps to be ethical online. So you have to think before posting. This is very important. You have to be kind. You have to be know whether it's necessary, true or false. That one you have to take care a lot. With that, you have to protect your data and be mindful of online security, as Bindu ma'am already made you learn what exactly mean mindful and mindful. Then the another step that you can follow, that report harmful content and inappropriate behavior. You should report it. You should definitely report of this. And then the fourth step that you have to follow, that encourage positive digital citizenship by being a role model. With that, Bindu ma'am, I just want to come with another question to you, and that is what do you understand by a positive content?
Yes, sir. Just to see, there are many habits of inculcating the creating and consuming positive content. And when we are saying that positive content, it means content that is constructive, that is informative, that is respectful, and promotes empathy, learning, and well-being. Many times we are not focusing on the positive content. So why focus on positive content is also necessary, because it contributes to a healthier online environment as well as reduces negativity, misinformation, and harmful behavior. When we are considering this focus, then we are also considering about to promote mental well-being and encourages constructive dialogues here. Some inculcating the habits of creating positive content is also there. Be mindful. Here, be mindful means create content that adds values, educates, or uplifts others. And promote kindness also is the main thing. Share messages that are foster understanding, inclusivity, as well as respect. And avoid harmful contents. And uplift voices also against the harmful content is also the main.
Indeed, this is how the habit of creating positive content, that you should always learn that how you can create the positive content, and that's the need of an hour. But with that, one question that I would like to ask from you is, responsibility and accountability matters or not?
Okay, so please move on the slide. See, consuming positive contents are also there, benefits are also there. We had covered all these benefits and other positive contents. So, when we are arising the question here, as Mr. Goswami, you told me about the responsibility and accountability matters. Then here is the main thing, that acting with integrity, respect, and care in online interactions, as well as understanding the impact of one's actions in the digital world, is necessary. And when we are considering this one, again the accountability with the responsibility is matters. Please move on the slide. See, prevents the spread of misinformation is there, cyberbullying and unethical behavior is also there. So behave what you are in the platform of online platform when you are using. Posters say respectful and informed online community is also necessary. Move
Yes.
on the slide, sir. Some key aspects are also there for digital responsibility. For example, respect others' right. I think you are agree with me.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
verify information is also the same thing. Think before you post. Anything you post, think before that this one is only cut copy paste you are posting, or this one is genuine or not. And uphold online etiquettes is the main also thing. Key aspects when we are considering this one is also the etiquettes to be online behaviors follows by you.
Definitely, these are the key aspects of digital responsibility where you have to respect others' rights. You need to know that other rights should not be harmed when it comes to your liberty, and then you have to verify the information. Without verification, you can't post anything, and with that, you have to think before you post. Always check or cross verify, is the information that you are spreading, is it true or not, because in a era of online, in an era of WhatsApp, these things are just incalculating everywhere so easily. With that, it's the fourth point, that uphold online etiquette. So these are the four key aspects of digital responsibility that everyone has to be take care of. Ma'am, the another question that I would like to ask from you, and that is what will as we already talked about the key aspects, the another question that I would like to ask from you, that what tools should be used to evaluate source credibility?
When we are considering source credibility, this one is important because some benefits are also there, some losses are also there, and it helps. Source credibility is important because it helps identify trustworthy, accuracy, as well as unbiased information, and it prevents the spread of misinformation and promotes informed decision making. When we are continuing about this one, next slide, please. Tools to evaluate source credibility is also there, and as you will arise question for the same one, sir, because it is also the important thing
Hmm.
uh, to evaluate source credibility, that fact checking websites are there. So first of all, you will check that whatever you are posting on WhatsApp and other media, first you will check the websites, and domain evaluation is also important thing here. And when we are considering about the next tool is the author credentials. Author whomsoever is writing the matter, check that credibility, it is important. And when there is a publication date, everything has a publication date. So evaluate your source credibility with the publication date also. Evaluate your source credibility with the cross reference point also, because this is the main thing that you will consider with yourself. And when you have cross reference, you will identify that your source credibility is right or wrong.
Indeed, so these are the tools to evaluate source credibility by fact checking websites, domain evaluation, author credentials, publication date, and cross reference. All these are very important points to be noted. But, ma'am, the another question that I would like to ask you, that instead of these tools, do we have any additional tools for source credibility instead of these five tools?
Sir, many are there, but when we are considering about some these things, effective Google search strategies we will plan. As use keywords effectively, focus on a specific term relevant to your search. For example, you see in this slide, climate change statistics 2024, and you see that inverted commas are there. So use quotation marks, use these marks, search for exact phrases to get more accurate results. As well as when we are considering the next one, please move on the slide. See, some search operators are also there. Sites are also there. Limited search to a specific domain is also there. Site.edu is there. And exclude unwanted terms is the main important thing you noticed here. Check snips and URLs as a preview content before clicking, and assess whether the snippet shows credibility or not. Look for bias. Be mindful of sites with the extreme or high partisan and many perspectives also. So we will consider these search operators and we will use these uh, things to be in a very authentic way.
Okay. Bindu ma'am, I would like to ask from you. So these are the some additional tools for source credibility. But how can someone be how someone can prevent themselves from spreading those false news, those fake news? Because in an era of this online junction, we actually see that some of these happening in a very fluid manner. So would you please suggest that how can someone be prevent themselves from all these stuff?
Yes, sir, sure. Please move on the slide. I will share this thing to you. When you are saying that how we will use and what we will consider. See, some additional tools for source credibilities are there. You will check with Google Scholar for academic and peer reviewed sources, and you will check the media wise fact checking to assess the political learning, leaning, or bias of media outlets. You will also crack test, so evaluate sources based on currency as well as relevance as well as authority, accuracy, and purpose. So these are the important tools for the source credibility.
Okay, ma'am. So these are the some additional tools for the source credibility. As you can see, that Bindu ma'am explained it very beautifully. That Google Scholar for academic and pre-reviewed sources and media bias fact check to assess the political leaning or bias of media outlets, and CRAAP test, that is CRAP test, that evaluates sources based on currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. So these are the some additional tools for source credibility, and you need to check the source. It's very important because without checking source and spreading anything from here and there, that can create a havoc, and you don't want that. Nobody wants that, so you should take care of it. Bindu ma'am, I just want to know overall the importance of source credibility, because the topic that we are covering right now is developing media literacy skills. So it's very important to know that how overall importance of source credibility is actually matters.
Sir, it matters. So please follow up the slide. It matters because when we are overall using credibility sources, previous slide, sir. Yes. Some benefits of using credible sources and search strategies are there. Ensure your access reliable, accurate, and well-informed content. Because when you are using well-informed content, it is necessary that what is you in yourself be in a very truthfulness, help avoid misinformations, because everything is traps and biased viewpoints are there. So be in a position to be benefits of using credible sources. And when we are coming to your point, share overall importance of source credibility, then we will move on the another slide. And in that slide we will consider, see, by using tools to assess source credibility and employing smart Google search strategies, digital users can make informed, accurate decisions and contribute to a well-informed online environment. So this one is the main important part of source credibility, and we are really considering this as important because you know that accurate decisions and contribute to a well-informed online environment is must in day-to-day life.
Definitely, Bindu ma'am, we have talked about media literacy skills and how to develop them, how to check the source of any news, what is the credibility and why it matters. We have learned all of this, but ma'am, I really want to know that the consequences, that if someone shared those fake news, if someone shared those false news between their group, between the people, what are the consequences that he or she should face?
Sir, as per this cyber safety chapter we are covering, it is important to be known as the literary skills also you will follow. When he or she will post any this type of messages or any post, then it is important that he or she will be punishable. But when you or me are deleting from our WhatsApp, from our chattings, but the media or but the these Sims portal are also considering the same one. Nothing will be deleted from the main authority. So be in a conscious mode that whatever you are posting, you will be punishable if they are offensive.
Definitely. But ma'am, I just want to know that if someone has done this by mistake, like a person who's very innocent but doesn't know that the news that he or she is spreading is completely false news, in that particular scenario, what is your suggestion to that particular person?
Sir, first of all, it's a suggestion for parents that manners should be there, etiquette should be there. Second thing, sir, when they are considering that it is by mistake, then it is not the fault of the children, it is the fault of the parents as well because they are not monitoring. So some special tools are also there to monitor on the children, and parents will follow that one to avoid these types of situations.
Okay, ma'am, as you have mentioned those tools, that some tools are there to avoid these sort of situations. So, ma'am, I would like to know about those tools from you. Will you please elaborate them for us?
First of all, child tracking uh, tool is there. You will monitor that tool. Parents tool is there. You will consider that tool and you will check that tool, and you will hold that one time to time on the children's app also. Many apps are also here for the same one.
Yes, many apps are there to uh, many apps are there to avoid such situation, and parents should be really very careful, ma'am. But if we talk about the children, the era is completely now online, the virtual. So how can someone prevent itself? Like, definitely it's about that they have to check the source, they have to be check the source whether the news is authentic or not, and from where it got generated. But as you have mentioned that the media, the network or the internet is something where you can't delete the things. So how can someone prevent themselves from trapping in all these matters, and why this very important for us to understand?
That this one is already mentioned that we will prepare ourselves from all these things. We will handle all media posts in a very sophisticated manner. I am saying sophisticated manner because safety is the main point here. Our young children are also using, our kids are also using the mobiles and other platforms. So misbehave is there, but we have to control this one, and for this one we have some etiquettes here to follow.
Definitely. So that's how we can control our children, because it's very important to spread true news instead of spreading fake news all over the world. And it's a net world. So we all need to understand that it's a need of an hour, that we need to understand that how we can control our children. And we this is not just for the children. This is very important for the people who are watching us right now and our viewers, that they are very very abide to this, that they can't follow such fake news and those fake posts, ma'am. But one thing that I would like to know from your side, that cyber cell is doing their job, how they can identify the source of those fake news from there they got generated.
Sir, it's the chain, and with that chain we will follow this one.
Okay, ma'am, would you please elaborate the chain for us a bit, in like in a brief? I would like to know about the chain from you.
Sir, many cyber cells are also there. In the police department also cyber cells are working, and with that one we are following them. And as we have 1930 helpline number, as we have some important emails also, so we will consider everything. And if anybody is pursuing the same thing, many tools are there, as I had already mentioned that if from the morning to evening, whatever you are touching on your mobile, there are tools that identify that what points are you are touching, whether you are using Google, whether you are using Insta, Twitter, whatever may be the platform you are using. So many tools are there to control these one, many tools are there to identify that these are used by you. As you know that cyber police is also working for the same one.
Yes, cyber police is working for the same cause, and many tools and apps are available for parents to lock those private apps for their children, and with that they can control these fake news to not to be spread all over the world. And this is exactly we need to do right now, ma'am. But if we talk about the media literacy skills, that the topic that today we are covering is developing media literacy skills. Is there anything that you would like to that you would like to answer our viewers, that something that parents and children and their children needs to understand, and very important point that you have misses out like till now?
Yes, whatever you had taken post, for example, Mr. Goswami, I had given you a post on WhatsApp, and you didn't check that one, and you forwarded that one. So first step, that whatever post is with you in your WhatsApp chatting or any other platform, first of all you will check that this one is authentic or not. And it is not necessary that you will follow everything, forward everything to the another fellow. So please check the content, it is reliable or not. Please check if the skills that you are using is important or not. Then only you will forward, then only you will cut copy paste, otherwise you will not, sir.
Okay, Bindu ma'am, as you have mentioned that, okay, some of the posts that we have got on WhatsApp, some of the posts that we have got on Facebook, but can a normal person, a layman, can complain about these sort of posts in the cyber cell? Is it the option?
Ye- Yes, sir. 1930 is the option here. 1930 is the platform where you will complete yourself.
Okay, so we can complain through this 1930. This is the helpline number of the cyber cell, that you can complain that about any fake post, whether you get on your WhatsApp, whether you get on any social media platform. So that's how you can prevent yourself. And most important, the session that today we are taking is developing media literacy skills. That why is this important? Why is this matter? And more important, that why need to educate ourselves in this sense, because fake news is spreading all where, and we need to understand that the fake news that's spreading from here to there, we don't need to trap ourselves in that one. We need to be careful about everything. Ma'am, just before to wrap up this session, I just want to know some conclusive remarks from your side.
The important thing, be responsible as a citizen. Use your etiquettes, as we are following etiquettes in life. So use etiquettes, and use your digital responsibility. Behave in a digital responsibility manner. Use your source credibility, from where you are taking the matter. That is the important thing. Use your digital word in such a way that not you are there, any other fellow is also there, many fellows are there. And even as we had already discussed, that these are the main things which we will take. So important thing is, what you will consider is the important thing. Use the things in a very reliable source. If that is not reliable, not to use that one. And develop your skills in such a manner that overall source credibility, as well as overall your importance on the media, overall importance on your online platform is in a very adequate manner.
Definitely, we all need to understand. We all need to understand the need of an hour, and why these media literacy skills is important. As Bindu ma'am has mentioned, that we all need to be responsible, whether it's parents, teachers, children. We all, our viewers, need to be very careful about these fake news. Ma'am, so this is all the session, and it was a great session. The things that we have discussed today about how we develop the media literacy skills, and indeed it's very important. It's need of an hour, and you elaborate everything very beautifully. Thank you so much, Bindu ma'am, for joining us and giving us so many insights about this topic. Thank you, ma'am, once again.
Thanks to you also, sir.
Okay, so now after wrapping up with this, Bindu ma'am, now it's time to move towards the website, that how you can register yourself through this. So let's take a look on your screen. So this is the website that you have to follow, the ciet.ncert.gov.in. Once you come to this domain, you'll see the interface like this, where you have to click on activities. And once you click on the activities, there's a one whole chart you'll see, and in this chart you'll have to come on workshop/training. Once you click on workshop and training, you'll see an interface like this where you'll have to come to this, that current activity, and this is the date from where it got started, from 30th of September 2024, and the session will get over, this whole week got over on 4th of October 2024. So this is a program title, that online training on social media safety and well-being. Once you have to click on this, you'll see an interface like this. So this is the online training social media safety and well-being. So these are the dates and these are the sessions that have been lined up for you for this whole week, and today is day 4, the 3rd of October, where we have learned about how you can develop media literacy skills. From like tomorrow there's a 4th of October 2024 where you can learn about mental health and social media. Once you come down, you'll see the objectives for the same, that what are the objective, what are the motto to develop and to actually present this sort of session in front of you. You'll see the motto, and this is the program schedule. This is very important, where you'll see all the title of the sessions, day and date. With that you can see the name of our expert, which is our resource person. As you can see that Ms. Bindu Chaudhary, she was here on day 4, which is 3rd of October 2024, that she explained the how to develop media literacy skills very prominently. Then after that, this is the thing that you have to note, you have to note it down very carefully, that how you can participate. So this is the first step, that you can, how you can register. So here's a link. Over this link, if you click on this link, you will actually get to their website where you can register yourself, or you can scan this QR code. After that, you have to follow the step 2, where you can watch live training sessions and learn about the topic, as you have done right now. And these are our streaming channels. PM eVidya channel 6 to 12, DD free dish channel, then Dish TV and Geo TV mobile app. If we talk about the step 3, so if you score 70% and above in the final assessment, you will get a certificate. You can assess your certificate in your Diksha profile page itself. It may take 15 to 20 days to receive the certificate. Once you have done all these steps, once you have followed all these 3 steps, then you have to submit your feedback, and by clicking on this link or scanning this QR code, you can submit your feedback. Feedback should be anything, whether you like the session, what more important for you, what sessions you need in the future. So this is how you can give your feedback to us. This is very important, and where you can share your queries, your questions. This is the mail ID you are getting here, that training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. So this is the whole overview of this website, where you can come, join, register yourself and get a certificate if you score more than 70%. So today's session was developing media literacy skills. Tomorrow you will have another session with us, and now it's not over yet, because we have another session after this session, and that is a Sahyog. Yes, you heard it right. That Sahyog session is actually waiting for you on the other side of this short breather. But you don't need to go anywhere, because in Sahyog, we're going to cover the topic that parental care and coping strategies to overcome exam fear in students. That's very important and sounding very interesting. So a viewer has to view this one as well. So now it's time to take our leave. This is me, Neev Goswami, signing off, but you have to stay tuned with us for another session, and that will be the last session for us for today. And thank you so much for joining us throughout this session. You have to take care of yourself. And yes, you need to be safe yourself from all these fake posts, all these fake things. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Have a good day.